Throughout this project, I've had to effectively use core values 1, 2, and 3 in order to ensure that all of my digital publications were quality work and would allow me to receive a decent grade for the project. First, I had to use core value 1, which states that I can identify and use effective processes and appropriate resources in various writing situations. To demonstrate this, I first had to use certain techniques learned in class, like effective rebuttal techniques and correct persuasive writing terms, in order to strengthen the overall content of my publications. In addition, I had to find appropriate sources and resources that I could use to assist me in my paper. To do this, I had to use certain techniques to quickly identify aspects of sources, like which were primary, secondary, and tertiary, which were peer-reviewed, and which were scientific or popular articles. I also had to use resources like ProfSearch on the Rowan Online Library site and other scientific databases like PubMed and JSTOR so I could find the best sources to use to support my publications the best. To add on to this, I had to demonstrate core value 2 by understanding how popular academic and/or technical ideas can be communicated visually or multimodally. To do this, I utilized several different techniques for creating my digital publications. For starters, I used an infographic to display my information with creative pictures and color schemes and connect the points in a way that flowed smoothly, while still effectively conveying the overall message to the reader. For my second publication, I used a webcomic to convey the underlying message regarding my topic with an aspect of humor for the audience. This allowed the webcomic to be interpreted in a more whimsical sense, yet still with a solid moral to the story being told in each panel. My third publication was a podcast, which demonstrated that visual representations are not necessary to convey an effective argument and explain a relevant issue to a receptive audience. For my final publication, I mimicked the most common form of communicative media, a conversation between two people. My fellow classmate and I exchanged cameras to capture our images as we discussed our topics, and I was able to clearly explain my issue to him and inquire about his in a very time-efficient and effective manner. Finally, I had to demonstrate core value 3 by using my own writing abilities to respond to varying audience and context-defined textual conventions and expectations, including, but not limited to, form, format, support, use of citations, grammar, and mechanics. To demonstrate this, I used several different methods of creating my digital publications. For example, for the infographic, I used smaller phrases in a fancier font with a set color scheme and line connectors in order to draw the audience into the infograph, capture their attention, control what their brain focused on, how it moved to the next correct point, and easily instill the underlying message into their mind. To add on, I used a webcomic to appeal to a younger audience, one that doesn't wish to pay as much attention as necessary for an infographic, yet still clearly convey the message to the target audience. For the last two publications, I used a podcast and a video of a conversation, as these both assist target audiences that aren't interested in reading or paying close attention to something, but still want to receive the message regarding the topic at hand.